Welcome to another edition of Expert Talks here on Kalkine TV. I'm glad to be with you today. My name's Sage, and today's guest is Scott Sibley. He's the co-founder and CEO at Shamery.com. And Shamery has a series of children's books and games about Bitcoin. Creative play has been buzzing around cultural organisations, finding innovative and exciting ways to engage children in learning. And technology is an exponentially growing sector. STEM is an acronym for the fields of science, technology, engineering and math. And Shamery.com aims to condition children's aptitude to Bitcoin from a young age. So tell us more about what they do. We have Scott Sibley, the co-founder and CEO of Shamery.com here with us. Welcome to the show, Scott.
Thanks so much for having me.
So glad that you could join us today. Can we start off with asking, what is the mission behind your innovative brand?
Yeah, so Shamery was started by my wife and I in 2020. Our mission really is to be the go-to resource for fun educational ways for people of all ages, particularly kids, to learn about Bitcoin. And it really stemmed off the fact that as we started learning more about Bitcoin ourselves, we have a young daughter and recognized there really wasn't much of anything out there to be able to teach her. And you know, when you're a child, you want to learn in more interactive and fun ways. And so we set it out as our personal mission as parents to be able to create that ourselves. So our first product was a card game, which is also STEM authenticated. And after the success of the game in 2021, we released our first book, Good Night Bitcoin. And our mission really is to continue to grow the brand with more books, games, and other products to make that learning fun and educational for all ages.
That sounds great. So that's one way to keep the family together. The family that grows together stays together. I love that. So Bitcoin is something that a lot of people are having to learn from an adult age. And unlearning is an interesting concept. I've heard of people taking much longer to learn things because first they have to unlearn what they knew of traditional ways before. Now, can you tell us from your opinion, do you think unlearning old methods takes more effort and time than learning something new straight off the bat?
Oh, for sure. I think that's definitely the case, particularly when it comes to a concept like Bitcoin, which touches on a lot of different areas, whether it's financial literacy or economics or just you name it. There's so many rabbit holes it can go down. So as an adult, trying to unlearn everything you've been taught for 20, 30, 40, 50 plus years is going to take a lot of time. Whereas as a child, when you're coming into this really with a fresh slate, it's really a rather simple concept to grasp. In particular, since so many kids they're used to using digital currencies and things like video games and whatnot. So the concepts are really native to the generation coming behind all of us.
Yes, that's why I found your cards really intuitive, because a lot of the games started from card collectibles and it just becomes part of the culture, the swapping of cards and the collecting of cards, so that you believe will be emancipated into more of the how can the currency work not only in the game but then also in their real world. So
Yeah.
how do you think your story then will prepare children for the era of digital money, which we'll probably see soon?
Yeah, I think one thing we've always said is, if nothing else, the fact that a 2-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 5-year-old, however they are when they're playing our games or reading our books, if the one thing they take away is just having a comfort level of a term like Bitcoin, so that when they're 10, 15, 20, whatever it may be, and they're actually being more interactive with the Bitcoin ledger, that comfort level from a young age can be kind of the springboard to make sure that they're ready for that next step down the line. So that's really step number one. And then step number two is being able to ask questions as they're playing or reading, whether it's to their parents, their aunts, their uncles, their friends. But what we've heard a lot of cases, the fact that our products are physical, so it's bringing family and friends together, and that helps stimulate the questions that probably don't come out about as much when you're talking about more digital environments and games and books and that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's really about paying it forward, isn't it? It's about leveraging their want to know. They're like sponges when they're young. They're just ready to absorb all this information. So it's great that you're able to harness that. Do your products encourage children to learn the importance of good money management as well?
I think in a more second or third hand way. So our products aren't specifically saying teaching directly about that, but just a byproduct of learning about Bitcoin and where it came from, Satoshi mining, that sort of process will then, like I was just saying, help kind of stimulate questions and then grow into, okay, well, what is saving? How much should I save? How does that happen? What is investing? I think those questions then kind of branch off from that. And as we continue to grow the products that we have, hopefully we can dive even deeper into those concepts with those additional products down the line.
Yeah, it sounds really exciting. I mean, in some ways, kids are learning off their children anyway through a process of entrainment and what the adults are going through. Kids are just feeding off it on a really subtle energy level. So why not actually just get immersed with games and make it more physical and material? So,
Exactly.
Scott, we're reaching the end of a very interesting discussion here. What are the near-term goals for Charmery.com, and can we purchase the products in Australia?
Yes, so near-term goals, we have a number of new products that are coming out. We've actually just about to finish the illustration on our next book, which will hopefully be out in the next 2 or 3 months, and we have the book following that already written, and the illustration would start. So potentially by the end of 2021, there'll be 2 additional books. We have a couple of new products that will also be kind of side fun products that are out there, so keep an eye on the website. And yes, we ship worldwide. Everything is done through our website, shamory.com, SHAMORY. And so being able to go there, that's the best spot to find our books and games. And anybody's welcome to use the promo code Kalkine10 for 10% off and drop that in there. And we'd love to send some stuff your way.
That sounds great. Thank you so much. So viewers, I hope you heard that. Kalkine10 to get a discount at Charmery.com. So before you go, just love to find out a little bit more about your demographics. So where are the most buyers coming from at the moment?
So being based in the United States, that's where the majority, for probably, I would say 60% or so. Following up from there, it's really worldwide, probably the most in kind of the Europe, UK, that sort of area. Yeah. But there is a number of people down in Australia that we've connected with. Our How to Play video was actually created by a gentleman in Australia.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We really do appreciate your insights today, Scott, and best of luck with your project.
Thanks for having me. Enjoy the day.
And if you just joined us, we had a very interesting discussion with Scott Sibley. He's the co-founder CEO at Charmery.com. And please do check out the full chat at Kalkine Media's YouTube channel if you missed any part of that. And do keep watching Kalkine for more of these expert talks, live market insights that you love. And till the next episode, stay apprised and invest wise with Kalkine Media.